first thing we're gonna do is I made biscuits already. Just drop biscuits, just Bisquick milk. You don't, I mean, you can make other biscuits. I prefer these for this. This is what I grew up with. So I'm just making mom style. I made them a little bit better than mom though. Just a little bit of black pepper and some cheddar cheese, and a little bit of garlic, salt. It's not a big deal. You can do lots to these. Actually, you know what? Let me wait. Let me wait on these. Let me wait on these. Let me get some onion action going first. So we're gonna make some gravy with this sausage. You can use, hi buddy. You can use other kinds of sausage, anything with fat. You can use bacon. Anything that renders out fat, you can make a gravy out of. You can always add fat if it's not enough. I'm probably gonna use like half of this, so I'm probably gonna use half an onion. I'll just use this half. Root to stem, cut a long ways. So the root we'll want to keep. We can cut the tip off. I'm gonna keep this reserved in my my bowl here because I'm gonna make a veggie stock. I'm just gonna take the whole peel off, plus the outside layer on that, even though I could totally have used it just fine. So when you cut onions, to get a good dice on these, like look at how the onion is segmented, right? So it gives us little lines to follow, but it's also like really thick. So we want about those in there. You can see the width. Good dog hair. So right above this, just roughly. And then what you're gonna do is now we have two segments. You can see how they're halved, sort of, but I didn't cut all the way through because I want this for stability. And then what we're gonna do is look at the lines, sort of roughly follow them, so we get an even dice. And then what we're gonna do is this, easy. And then when you get to this point, just do that. Now look, they're all even and stuff. Wow. So this has been preheating for a second. I'm gonna add some butter, not a ton, just enough to get things going. Maybe a little bit more after this. Just to season this. I'm gonna start with the onions. Actually, I'm gonna start with the pork. I'm gonna render this out a little bit slower. You don't need to add the butter for this necessarily, but this is gonna start getting some browning going because there's already fat in there, and then it's gonna start to render after. Also, butter's good. You'd probably add some during the process of your gravy. So this is why I wore the gloves, because I just didn't want to wash my hands a bunch. There we go. I'm not making this because we argued with a vegan yesterday, but it does help. I was already gonna make this. I could also make an egg, I guess, later. I don't know if I want an egg, but you know, you can make an egg. This is gonna go pretty quick. It's not very hard. We just want this starting to render down. I have a bunch of milk here. I won't need this much for this, but it's just what I had left, so I can pour it into a cup. Also, I was testing to see if it was still good, or if I had to go to the store before I did this. And it was still good. I just don't use a lot of milk. There's also Fairlife brand, so it's got no lactose. So it doesn't make me shit my brains out. This is pretty easy. This is what my mom used to make growing up. Normally, I would add some more fresh herbs, but I don't have any like parsley or anything. It's just growing in the garden. So it's too young yet. Fresh herbs, fantastic in this kind of thing. Fresh sage and thyme is good. I have some thyme up here. The sausage is very seasoned though. You don't really need a ton. So that's cooking a little bit. We're gonna get this going a little, just to start getting the fat rendered. And then pretty quickly we're going to add the onions here. You see how I keep breaking it up? I don't want like a ton of big chunks because I want it to be able to run over your spoon, but I do want little bites. Alright, you might get some bigger ones in there. Oh yeah, okay. So I want to add the onions right now, and I will put these in. This is at 425, about 10-ish minutes. I'll set a timer so I don't forget. This is so easy, guys. A little touch of salt. A little more black pepper. And just a touch of butter. You can see it's a little dry in there. Now you could cook the onions down more. I'm going to cook this for a little bit. But this is on low heat. Get a little tender. If you do start with your onions, you're going to start with a little bit more butter, and then you season that. You can also add herbs at that stage, just at the end. We're also going to prep some of these green onions. I buy these constantly. Green onions are amazing. You should just have them. See how they're like a little wilty at the ends a little bit? You can kind of feel it with your finger. I have some Bisquick on my thumbnail. Just kind of pull them off. Look at them. Cut the white ends off. I can just drag that through. We're just going to do that with both of them. You don't really want to eat some parts of this. I'm going to take the whole outside off. It's all going to go into my onion broth. Or stock or whatever, I guess. Okay. Just sort of get them roughly in the same direction. Just a ton, dude. Just a bunch of those boys. It's gonna add a lot of good color and flavor. Oh, Sarah made me a baked potato. I haven't eaten it yet. In fact, let's put it in with those, warm it up again. Let's keep this going. You see, it's still not cooked all the way through yet. Those onions sort of bring it down in temp just a touch. They add a little bit more liquid to the situation. That butter's working in. And it smells awesome. You can also use plant-based sausage for this and make it essentially the same way with vegan alternatives, but I will say the consistency is kind of shit on account of the way roux work with like oat milk or whatever, almond milk, whatever you might use. It's a little thick and like gray colored, and that's okay. And not like the good gray, it's like a translucent gray a little bit. You can do it though, it'll still taste good. Better not get any onion pulp. Speaking of pulp, I have I have limes and lemons over here. I think I'm gonna make, kind of want to make fajitas or something. I also have this. They didn't have any poblanos. I don't know what I'm gonna make. They were just there and I wanted them. You can put peels in your stock too, by the way. These are delicious. Yeah, man. This is already almost done. You can let it get some color on it. Some people would stop here. I think what I'm actually going to do is let it go a little further and add some garlic. I need to go through some of this shit. Oops. Cut the stemmy end off. Smash the shit out of it. Peel it. That little green guy in there. Give it some rough chops just to break it up. When you smash it like that, it'll break apart on its seams, and see how easy? We good in there? Thank you. Let that garlic get in there. That'll start getting fragrant, and in about a minute or so, yeah, you can really smell it. You can start to smell Thai's changing. See, if you put the onions in much earlier than that, you can kind of see how they're not all the way cooked, like 100% right now, but if you did them much earlier, they'd be a little overcooked and have too much color on them. This is like the consistency you're looking for. More butter, flour. Whisk as well. Pretty easy stuff. It does smell real good. You see the fat in here, but it's not like, you know, a fat bomb. There's a little bit in there. Render it out. Take your time. See, this is really good for if you're a person that doesn't, you know, you're not comfortable with searing stuff. You know, this is just on medium low. Again, these, like, I would have probably add some, actually I might add some green onions. And we'll have different phases of onions throughout this. Just to add some color difference, some flavor variation within there. There we go. Okay, so we want to add a little bit more butter. I don't feel like we have enough fat in there. You know what? I don't want to use this. Not quite enough. Oh, there we go. You see how the biscuits are almost done? 2.5 minutes. So this is really easy. Comes together fast. My mom used to make a slightly inferior version of this growing up, but always good no matter what. Even if it's you know, you don't have fresh herbs or whatever. Like, again, I would put parsley in this right now, but I don't have any. Okay, so take a little flour. Yeah, there we go. I like it thick. This is us making a roux. So the flour is mixing in with the fat. See, it thickens up and it starts to coat everything. This is a good stage. You can let that cook for a sec. I don't think I'll need more of that. I'll keep it there just in case. You want to let this cook a little bit, otherwise you'll have like raw flour taste. Notice that I didn't put the liquid in first and then dump the flour on top. Yeah, it's well seasoned. You need a little more salt, because that milk's gonna loosen it up. I mean, I think we're ready to go. Start there. You see it already starting to thicken up. Okay, that doesn't need my whisk anymore. It's delicate enough. Let's add more. Oops, spilled some. Oh yeah. So when you make a roux like this, or I guess a gravy, what you want is for this to come up and start to simmer. Let's just put it all in there. All my milk, 100% of the milk used on the biscuits in this gravy. So I didn't make all the sausage because I didn't think I would have quite enough milk for it. Oh yeah. Let me see it thickening up. And hit it with the whisk just to make sure I get everything incorporated well. And you can already see the consistency of this, but if you don't bring this up to a simmer, it won't thicken how you like. You can also see the color variation there. It's looking appetizing. Okay, so we gotta let this get up. Turn the heat up just a touch so it can catch up to that milk. That's another reason I left the milk out in this, so it wasn't just sitting in the fridge. So it wasn't quite as cold. You can still see, like, we're getting wisps of smoke. We haven't killed the entire heat transfer of this thing. We haven't brought it all the way down to room temperature. That's very good. Oh yeah. Okay, I let these sit around for a little bit so they didn't get as craggly on top, but you can see that they're done. Bottoms. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, a little hot. Turn you back over. Again, these have a little cheddar in them. I probably, if I had chives or something, I actually do have chives outside. Fuck. I should have put chives in these. I have green onions already though. Kind of wanted a little bit of different onion flavors throughout. You can see we're already almost done. I don't need this one anymore. Just gotta bring it up. I'll show you on a spoon. This is also gonna be my bowl. You can see it's not quite thickened up, but you can see it sticking to the back of a spoon. You should be able to leave a trail a little bit longer in the bottom, right? It should stay a little longer. So we gotta keep heating it up. Great time to check for seasoning is right now. More black pepper. I think I do want a little thyme. Yeah, just a touch. It's a little strong, so you don't want to like hit it with too much thyme, but it'll add a nice dimension. Oh yeah. It might need more salt. I haven't tried these biscuits yet though. Those are good. Okay. Also, the biscuits are going to carry over cook for a little bit, so don't break into these too quick. Oh yeah. It's happening. Looking good. A little more salt. You see we're starting to get the bubbles from the simmer happening. How good does that look, bro? Come on. This is how you make biscuits and gravy, dude. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, see, we're getting closer. All right, put this over here. It's essentially done. I guess we could take our spoon. So here's how you eat biscuits and gravy. Now, again, oh, that's warm. I guess that's a little warm. Not too hot, but too warm. Okay. Delicious. Oh man, okay, move this from the heat so the bottom doesn't get too happy. Oh yeah, okay. So, take whichever one. This is how my mom did it. You take it, and I just break them up. I like drop biscuits again. I mentioned this on stream yesterday, but the reason I didn't make like a Southern style, like butter biscuit is because I find them heavy to also put sausage gravy on. If you like those, make them. If you like the whole combo, do it up. I haven't eaten today. I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do a whole ass another. Just go crazy, guys. Sometimes I literally do put an egg on this. But I wouldn't put a scrambled egg in the sausage gravy and mix it up. That just sounds just god awful. Lose all that texture. So now you're gonna have these crispy bits at the bottom. And the sausage gravy on top. You can also serve this on a plate and not break it up if you prefer it, but I don't prefer that. I prefer this. This is the way to be. Now this is a bowl of breakfast. Now look at that. Ba-ba! Holy cannoli. We made it, baby. We made it, baby. Look at my sausage gravy. So delicious. Is this a proper money shot yet? Is this a proper money shot? Okay. Anyway, I mean, I just gotta eat it now. It's the best part. So I love green onions. It's a good bite. It's gonna be hot as tits though. Woo! Oh man. It's really good. You can also use heavy cream, but I mean, you don't need that much fat in your life. It's got sausage in it already. It'll be good, but I think it's too thick every time. Like mouthfeel. I prefer milk. You can do what you want. You can also make this with bacon. Same thing. I don't like it as much. Too extreme. Oh man. This is so good. Yeah. Super easy. Like I said, it'll cool down and you're gonna start to get this like stick together. But you can keep this in a you can keep this overnight. Eat it next day. You can eat it later. It'll save for next morning. Just heat it up. So that's biscuits and gravy. You can make this. It's easy. Man. So good. Didn't even blow on it first. Nope, too manly. So yeah, that's biscuits and gravy. I think we'll what are we gonna do next? I don't know. Pretty easy stuff though. I want to see your biscuits and gravy attempts. I want to see your modifications in the official Discord. I want all these onions too. That's what I want. Oh yeah, every one of them. Just put them on there. Vegetables are good, and they're good for you. Yeah, man, you get like this meaty, sausagey, yummy thing. Lots of pops of fresh onion. And you get the little crispy bits, or the crisp bites of the fresh. Then the cooked. Biscuits are nice. They're also really good plain, by the way. You can just eat these if you want, cut them in half for breakfast. Again, they look a little different than normal because I let them sit around. I don't usually do that, but I was streaming. Usually they're a little more craggly on top, but that's cool too. All right, kids. We'll be back next time with more stuff. Probably something healthier as we move into the summertime with more produce. Man, this is good. This is really good. Kind of do want an egg, but I don't need one. All right. I love your faces. Make this. It's delightful. And so are you.